Genetic testing is a huge business now where people can spend maybe a couple $100s and get a kit from 23andMe and learn all sorts of things about their genetic makeup and their history. However, there are some people who are concerned about genetic testing. Insurers are concerned and consumers are concerned as well. So let's take a look. Insurers actually fear that without equal access to such information that people get from these genetic tests, they will lose out to savvy customers. Customer groups, on the other hand, fear that if underwriters did have access to such information, people with so-called bad genes might find themselves unfairly excluded from cover. So insurance companies, whether it's health insurance or life insurance, worry that, wait, but they have information that we don't have. So let's say someone does the genetic testing and finds out that they have certain genetic makeup that predicts that they're gonna have like a terminal illness. Well then, what if we don't know that information and then they go ahead and get life insurance policies?
Then we won't be able to screw them over.
Right, so that's what they're worried about.
I'm so upset about this.
That's what they're worried about. Now, consumers, I think, have an incredibly legitimate concern, and I think that their concern will eventually play out. What happens when this genetic testing becomes available, or the information from it becomes available to these insurers? Will they use it against them? And the answer is yes, yes they will.
Yeah, I have a radical idea. Why don't we do Medicare for all so that insurance companies can't screw us over? Because it's our lives on the line. Medicare, it polls at 77%. It is very popular for a number of reasons. It covers everything. And if you want even more coverage, because you want more tests, for example, you can get Medicare Advantage, which is private insurance on top of it. It is a lower cost, and it covers every single American who's part of Medicare. So if we did that, we wouldn't have to be worried about what if the private corporations find out that we have an illness, and then they're gonna let us die because they wanna make an extra buck. Well, look, if a private corporation wants to make an extra buck from selling sexier sneakers, have at it, Hoss. But this is not how we should run our insurance. Now we're like so panicked, we don't want to find out anything about ourselves, which might actually save our lives if we found out that we have an illness.
Yes.
Maybe we could do preventative measures on it.
That's
but we're
exactly
like, what if
right.
the private corporations find out, and in order to make more profit, they'll let us die?
No, but
how insane are we that we live in this system?
But you don't get it, Cenk. Republicans tell me that people who have access to universal health care, like Canadians and stuff, like they hate it, right? That's what the Republicans tell me. Canadians don't say that, but Republicans do.
Yeah, Northern Europeans who have great healthcare systems don't say that.
Right.
They say, oh, do you know the lines that they wait on? Dude, I tried to make an appointment at a doctor the other day. It took me 2 months to get an appointment. You know the lines we wait on?
Yeah, exactly. All right, and then I just wanted to respond to your comment about how people are afraid to take these tests because they are worried that eventually insurers will have access to that information. I totally agree with you because I want to do this test. Like, yeah, sure, I guess I want to find out about my genetic makeup, even though I'm kind of scared, right? But I'm super interested to find out what my ancestry is.
Me too, me too. So let me tell you why in specific for me. So I'm 7/8 Turkish. I think that's fairly clear, but if you're Turkish, nothing's clear. Because Turks are originally from Central Asia, but yet we look Anatolian. So most Turks, if they did this, would probably find out they're really Greek. And I would be greatly amused by that. Okay, or they'll find out they're Asian. They don't even know that. Most of them are like, if you told Turks you're Asian, they'd be like, you're crazy. So I want all of Turkey to take this test because I think the results would be enlightening and somewhat hilarious, at least the reactions would be. But I'm also 1/8 something else. And our family doesn't even know. It's possible that it's Kurdish. It's also possible that it's actually a lineage that traces back to the Crusaders. Wow. That's super interesting, I wanna know. But I'm afraid to take the test because then somebody has my genetic information and I don't know what they're gonna do with it.
Right, exactly.
That's the insane country we live in. If you like this video, you'll love the whole TYT network. Check it out at tytnetwork.com/join.